What's up, fam? What's up? What's up? Another YouTube video. All right, YouTube is starting to become one of my favorite platforms simply because I just like to. I'm kind of long-winded. So like on Instagram, I can only say so much in 60 seconds. All right. If you don't catch someone's attention in the first 3 seconds, they scrolling past you, right? TikTok, shit, the first 1 second they scrolling past you if you're not saying something like bitch, shit, or whatever, right? So YouTube is more long-winded, but also the people on YouTube are specifically looking to learn something. That's what I'm learning. That's what I'm learning, right? The viewer on YouTube is specifically looking for information, while people on like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, they're looking for entertainment. Right. And as you know, me, I'm not a person that's looking too much into entertainment. I want to become the best version of myself. Right. So I'm always on YouTube, looking up motivational speakings in the morning, looking up business guys, all that kind of stuff. So I was like, shit, I'm a coach. I help people out on the regular, right? Why not start, giving free value on here that can help you guys out, right? So what I've done is I've recorded, right, one of my client calls, right, that I do with my clients. So this is like a call that I do with my paid client members in my community, right, inside of my coaching program. Okay. What we do, right, is every Friday we have a call. I'm gonna let you guys in on that call and give you guys free game. I want to give you free game. Okay. Now the highlight of this YouTube video right here is that one of my clients, his name is Montreal. He's a goat. Okay. I will probably talk about him a lot. This is not the last time you're gonna hear about him. He gets 20,000 steps before 8 o'clock in the morning. That is crazy. That is crazy. I preach to you guys all the time. Get 10K steps, get 10K steps, 10K steps, 10K steps. But no one has ever in depth told you guys how you guys can hit your steps more efficiently. He's going to tell you how he hits 20,000 steps before he goes into work and works 10 to 12 hours a day. Right. And then also I go over some other things that they asked me. They asked me other questions too, but that's just the big highlight. After he told me that, I haven't been able to miss my steps. Right. Everything in this video is going to be super valuable. Let's get into it. Hopefully you enjoy. If you guys want to see more, videos like this with me and my clients, right? Just message me in the comments and say, hey George, we want to see more of this style of content. We want to see more group calls with you and your clients. We want to see how you're interacting with your clients. We want to see the value that you're giving them, all in the above. All right, I want to give you guys all the sauce. Okay. And also, if you're somebody that like you're looking for a fitness coach, right, but you just don't know who to go to or anything like that, this is a great time for you to see like how I interact with my clients, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I might not be your cup of tea, right? Because I have a specific coaching style, right? So I really want you to see how I interact with my clients. I really want you to see, like the community and, all that kind of stuff, and to see if it's for you. If it's not for you, then that's okay. Just still watch the YouTube videos. But if it is for you, somewhere in the link or in the caption or something like that, or at the description of the video, I will put my application where you can actually sign up, right, to work with me. All right, you can just fill out the application. I'll look through the application, make sure that I can help you. I'll reach out, we'll hop on a call, and then we'll see. We'll talk more in depth about your goals. But other than that, let's get into the video. Let's get it. Other than that, let's hear some wins, man. Let's hear some wins. I want to hear some wins. All right. So who wants to go today? All we need is two, and then we'll get into our conversation and everything. Let's need two.
What's up, fellas? I get my win for the week. I guess I'm 19 days strong, hitting this 20K plus steps and out here getting these gains.
Tell us how are you getting 20K steps before noon? I mean before 8 o'clock. Like you're getting 10K steps before 8 o'clock.
Well, I had to prioritize my schedule. So I know most of the time in the office,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much sitting at my desk. So I get up a little earlier and get my 20K steps before I make it to the office. So I started that last week. So before 8:30, I got to get my 20K before I walk into the office. Because I only get about 4 to 5,000 while I'm at the office. Uh, so it's all about the grind.
Man, gosh, because No, no, I definitely feel that because when I get out the gym, it's really hard for me to get my steps in. Like I left the gym like earlier today. I've only gotten 1,000, right? Like extra steps. No, 2,000 extra steps since leaving the gym. Right. So I definitely know what you mean by that. But like so what do you do specifically, Montreal, that you can share with the others that gets you so many steps like within the first 2 to 3 hours of your day? Because that's nuts, right? Like, how do you do it?
Well, like in the morning, as soon as I wake up, like I said, I hit the floor, my feet, I'm running in place. Like I'm brushing my teeth, I'm running in place. I eat my protein cereal before the gym, running in place. Like I get my 4 miles before I even leave the house. So when I'm in the gym on my breaks, I'm running in place. I'm sure they think I'm crazy, but hey, I at least get about 7,000 steps just in
Oh, wait,
between my
time
workout.
out. So you're running in place while in between sets too?
Right. I don't rest.
Montreal, you are dedicated. I love it. I love it. Okay, keep going. Keep going. I want to hear. This is very like this is yeah. Like what else? What else do you do?
That's it. When I get home after shower, I'm running in place. Until I hit 20,000, I don't leave my house. But my schedule is dictated by me in the morning, so
Right.
I get to work when I get to work. But after that, that's the city time. So
True. True. Man, that is oh man, yeah, no. I'm you know what's crazy, Montreal? Because I remember you said that, right? And I remember you said that you were running in place. So one thing that I did, differently today was I just actually just instead of just like, just walking slow and stuff in the morning and waiting to really get my steps, to really get my steps until I hit the gym, I started running in place a little bit, and getting at least 3, 4,000 steps, trying to get at least 2 to 3,000 steps before I even leave the crib to go to the gym to get more steps. Right. So like when I get to the gym, so like basically the way that I've broken it down for my steps so that I can get 10,000 before 10 o'clock. Because like Montreal like said, the second that you guys go home, right? Or not go home, leave the gym and go to work, okay? You are no longer on your own time. You are on your family's time, your work's time, right? That is not your time, right? And the fact that Montreal wakes up so much earlier than everybody else, that also helps him. That's why I wake up so early. Like I wake up personally at 5, right? I might, if I'm slow dragging, I'll get up at 6. But for the most part, it's before other people wake up. That's the cheat code to getting steps in, right? So I'm up and I get my workout in before I start messaging you guys, right? And I usually message you guys really around like today I did it around like 8 o'clock or something like that. So I'm getting my steps in, like while I'm messaging you guys, I'm getting my steps in. So to break it down, I wake up at 5, 6, whatever, run in place. I'm trying to get 2 to 3,000 steps that's as soon as I wake up and as soon before I leave to go to the gym. Right. So now it's 7, I have about 2, 3,000 steps, right? Drive to the gym. I'm on the treadmill and I'm walking for 10 to 15 minutes. You guys should not just be going straight into lifting. You're going to get hurt that way. You need to be warming up some type of way, right? That's just my warm up. So I'm walking 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes, right? During that time, right? I'm messaging you guys back, right? Starting my day, messaging you guys all back. Um, by the time I hop off the treadmill, okay, I'm usually around or about 5 to 6,000 steps, right? So as since I see that, like I hop off the treadmill and I start my workout. Lifting only truly, if you are lifting, okay, this is what I've learned. This is what I truly learned. This is no bullshit, okay? Unless you're on steroids or performance enhancing drugs, right? If you lift for 45 minutes to an hour as hard as you can, like, you're pushing yourself with your reps and your sets, you're pushing yourself with the weight, right? You're going to be tired, all right? You a lift should only take 45 minutes to an hour if you're not bullshitting. The reason why lifts take longer for me sometimes is because people be talking to me. They say like they're telling me like, "Hey, man, George, your content's really helping me out. I'm talking to people. Maybe I'm using a lot of my time to find the next song, right? That's the reason why my lifts will go longer than an hour, to be honest. Like I audited it. I was like, okay, that's the reason why I'm in there for an hour and 15 minutes, right? So if you're in there for over an hour, it's because you're probably talking to people and you're not getting to it, right? But when I'm getting to it, I'm done with my entire lift, which is about 6, 7 workouts in about an hour. About an hour, right? Sometimes I superset some workouts just, to get done. And then the second that I'm done with that 45-minute lift, I cool down with another 15, 20-minute walk. Right? Now, that would usually get me around 8 to 9,000 steps or something like that, usually. Because in between sets, like Montreal, I'm walking around. Now I'm not running in place, but I'm, walking, like I'm just walking around like the gym, right? So just my lift of me lifting for 45 minutes, I'm getting every time I lift, I get about 2 to 3,000 steps because I'm walking around, right? So that puts me at about after the lift, I'm about 7, 8,000 steps, 6 to 7,000, and I'll walk from 7,000 to 10. Now today I walked from about 7 to 8,000 because I had about 7 or 8. I can't remember exactly. I just walked until I got to 13. Like I just told myself I'm not leaving the gym until I get to 13,000. Right? I just told myself I'm not leaving the gym until I get 13,000. Because the rest of my day revolves around me sitting, right? So since a lot of the times I'm sitting, like I'm like right now, I'm sitting and talking to you guys. Right? I could get on, my walking treadmill and walk and and do that kind of stuff, but it's just I can't be on the computer. I have to put it on my phone and probably sound like excuses. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just don't prefer. So I'm just gonna get it done early in the morning. I'm just get out the way. I don't want to think about it. Anything else that I do is extra credit, right? So really, when it comes to steps, right? When it comes to steps, hitting steps is really honestly very easy. Okay, steps really come down to waking up earlier and just moving more, like just moving more. Any chance you get, you move because we are a sedentary society, right? We are a sedentary society. So what does that mean? A lot of the things that we're doing, we're all sitting down and we're all sitting down like the majority of the time. We don't think about getting up, right? So that's why you have to always be thinking about you always have to be thinking about getting your steps in, okay? All the time, and then making a plan and a strategy, right? For your steps based off of your life. Based off of your life. Straight up. Okay. So, like, if you notice that you don't hit your steps when you wake up later, right? Or when you don't, do X, then just change it for the next day. Okay. So give me one quick second. Let me go grab this dog real quick. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. So yep. So that's what it's gonna come down to. Because Montreal's getting, 10,000 steps in freaking, 20,000 steps before 8 o'clock. You like that's crazy, you guys. Like that's literally crazy. That's nuts. Like that's nuts. That's why we had to talk about that. Like steps should not be an issue, right? When I just broke it down, I'm like, man, there's no reason why we can't hit these steps, right? There's honestly no reason, right? You really it comes down to not hitting your steps. Really come down to you just not wanting to hit your steps. That's what it comes out to. Like you just choosing not to do it, right? But other than that, can we get some other wins in here? Because I know I kind of went on a tangent a little bit. Can we get one more win and then you guys can ask questions. Also, you guys can drop your questions. You guys can drop your questions in the comment section. If you guys have any, you can drop your comments. Your stuff in the comment section.
I gotta win, Coach G.
Yeah, let's run it. You got to win every week, bro.
Hey, man, I really feel like a broken record for real. Because my main goal is weight loss. You feel me? But man, this week I kind of like this week and last week I kind of really feel like I done I don't want to say if I mastered my macros, but I know where I need to be at on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying, for constant weight loss, you feel me? And I've been hitting it. I don't know, it's just starting to click for me, you know what I'm saying? I've been hitting right at about I think 5 pounds this week, you know what I'm saying? Just from hitting the exact macros every day or just a little bit less, you know what I'm saying, than what you got me set at.
Mhm.
But man, like I said, I know I sound like a broken record, man, but I think I done figured it out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna keep running it until I'm where I need to be at, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
But
so
yeah,
tell us again, man, where did you start at? Like what was your weight when you first started and where you at now?
my weight at first start, like day one, man, was 365, man. So shit, today, what today was? Today was 325 on the scale. Shit, that's like right at 39, damn near 40 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit
40
is
pounds?
crazy.
Man, 40 pounds and wait, when did you start again? 3 months ago? 2 months?
Yeah, January 17th. Yeah, I think 3 months next week. Like for real.
40 pounds and three. Man,
Like
man,
for real.
man. People don't understand. Like, I need you to understand something. I don't know how, I don't under, you guys won't understand this, right? Until you leave the program. Because ask Corey, he'll tell you. Um, or anybody that joined my program before and left. Do you know how long it takes someone to lose 40 pounds on their own? That like I hear guys say, like, yeah, I lost 40 pounds. I'm like, yeah, how long it take you? Right? They usually say around 6 to 12 months to lose 40 pounds. 40
Dang.
pounds. There's some people I know who are still trying to lose the same 20 pounds for 10 years. Like there's guys that I talked to. Like there's this guy I was talking to not too long ago. He was like, "Man, I've been on and off trying to lose this last bit of belly fat for years." Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, man, you guys have to understand like this is y'all are doing big things. When you follow the blueprint exactly the way that it's laid out, and then you constantly update me on, like how Princeton is, like on your weight, consistently. Like you're tracking everything and you're sending me your weight. I can go in and adjust. And you're doing very well with fat loss and weight loss when you can eat higher calories and still lose weight. That's how you know what I'm saying? That's how like for someone to lose 40 pounds, you know what they'll do? They'll fast all day. They'll eat 1,500 calories. You know what I'm saying? Something that they can't do. They'll try to cut out carbs, cut out
Mm-hmm.
chicken. They'll cut out everything to try to they'll be sprinting and running. Do I have you sprinting or running or anything
Shit,
like that?
no, not at all.
Like I
Not
remember
at all.
a guy. Go ahead, go. What you saying? What were you saying?
Nah, I said, hell nah, I ain't finna do no sprinting and running. I'm just telling you that
Man,
straight up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I ain't going that way. But I mean, my job helped me out a lot because I'm always on the go. You know what I'm saying? Doing inspections in and out of a bunch of commercial buildings and shit like that. So I'm kind of up and down stairs all day. You know what I'm saying? Got to hit every floor, and you know what I'm saying, in and out a bunch of different buildings. So the steps is easy. I just go to the gym and probably hit for about an hour on the treadmill, like in total, and I'd be really done. And I got a little bit of weight set up in my house, you know what I'm saying? So I go in there and hit some of the workouts at the house, and then I hit the rest of them at the gym when I go in there for the little hour. But
Mhm.
other than that, man, it's kind of been like just emotion, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't got nothing to complain about. Like I said, it's a
Man,
win for me every day around here. It look like.
yeah, bro. Congrats on that, bro. Congrats. Like, definitely keep on riding out this momentum because the one thing, the best thing that you can be is in momentum and locked in, right? I remember LeBron was saying like there was something that came across my feed today, and LeBron was talking about there's no feeling like being locked in, right? Like when everything is, you're consistent, you're completing all the steps necessary to achieve your goal, right? You're just following the blueprint and hitting it step by step. You're consistent, you're seeing the progress, the fruits of your labor. And he's like, man, when you follow everything, when you do everything that you can every single day, right? Um, you rest better at night, right? Anything that you want, like truly, like if you're, following the blueprint and, doing everything that you can, you rest better at night. And if it's for you and if it's meant for you, then it will happen for you, right? And I resonated with that, right? So now at the end of the day, like he was talking about something greater, but like weight loss, if you just follow the blueprint here, it's going to definitely happen. So, but yeah, man, like you got this. You got this. So yeah, keep it up. We're gonna keep on we're definitely gonna keep on assessing, making sure that you still consistently lose weight, right? So yeah, good job, bro. Good job.
Straight up, appreciate it.
Man, anytime, anytime. All right, fellas. So now it's Q&A time. So every time I've done Q&A, it's always gone very long. I don't know why, but it go longer than when I have a training for you guys. So today we'll just do Q&A, right? And if not, right, I do have something for you guys, right? Do you guys want to? I'll let you guys pick today. Do you want me to run through, right, the macro? Because I made a whole macro training. Okay. Do you want me to briefly go through that and remind you of some highlighting points? Or do you guys want to ask me specific questions, Q&A questions? What would you guys like to do? It's up to you guys. Where do you guys want to see the Saratoga water? Which one do you want to see?
Um, my fault, coach. With this being my first meeting, my fault, my name's Sakan. With this being my first meeting, I would like to hear your point to understand. That's just me.
My bad. What'd you say, bro?
I said, like, with this being my first meeting, I would like to hear the points. That's just my perspective. Like I said, because it's my first
Oh,
meeting with you
for the
guys.
macros and stuff. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
So for y'all that don't know, this is Takai. All right, he's also one of my business students, right? So I help people build their social media and stuff like that. So he's gonna be an online coach, okay? But he's also I'm training him, so that's why he's asking about the macros and stuff too. So Chris is also a guy that I help too, with that as well. So yeah, so I can run through it real quick. I can run through it real quick. And actually, this training that I was gonna give you guys that I gave you guys. I was gonna do kind of a, another, the same kind of thing, kinda for my YouTube, but it's okay. Let me see. So basically, let me just see the share screen right here. It shows up. A lot of these points, some of you guys will know, right? And if you guys have any questions about anything, just let me know. So one thing, like we're gonna get straight into it. This is everything that you need to know about macros. Macros are short for macronutrients. Okay, so what does that mean? Right? That means everything. Well, macronutrients, like macro short for macronutrients. Macro is the suffix version of it. But macronutrients consist of carbs, fats, and proteins. But what y'all probably didn't know is that 1 gram of carbs equal 4 calories. 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories, right? 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. And actually, let me check and make sure that I'm on point with that. 1 gram of protein. It should be 4 calories. Okay, yep. 1 gram of fats. Now the fats, yep, 9 calories. So always know that. So just know that like the grams of protein that I give you, if you were to times it by 4, it would tell you how many calories to eat. Like it would tell you how many calories of protein that you'd have to eat, right? If you guys didn't know. So that's why I tell you guys not to go over your fats too much because every time you do, you're going over by 9 calories, like essentially. So that's why I tell you guys, if you guys are blowing through your fats, like by anything over 5, you're probably overeating, even if it says that you're not. You're probably overeating. So you never want to do that, right? Now I did change this one up a little bit for YouTube. Okay. So we're gonna have to go down a little bit. Okay, so now I talked a little bit about in the video that I said all you guys why are macros important is because they give you a balanced diet and healthier diet. Okay. They're more energy and fuel for your workouts. It's a scientific approach to getting the body that you want. A lot of people don't understand nutrition because they don't understand macros. They can't be, you can't, there's no way that you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time if you don't know your macros. There's no way. Unless you're going to spend all your time in every waking moment of your day in the gym, 3 to 4 hours a day in the gym. And none of you guys have the time to do that. Right. So this is a scientific approach to getting the body that you want. Right. Dropping fat, building muscle, doesn't matter what it is. How do you track your macros? You track your macros using MyFitnessPal. Okay. You track it with MyFitnessPal. You're going to make sure that you're going to log all your food in MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is the best thing that you can use for macro counting. Okay. I've tried Cal AI. I've tried other stuff. Cal AI, there's nothing really wrong with Cal AI, but you have to go in there, adjust the stuff anyway, because a lot of the things that they tell you that is X amount of calories isn't X amount of calories. So if you guys are using Cal AI, or if you guys know what Cal AI is, just know that it's going to be inaccurate. All right. Unless you go in there and readjust the stuff. Okay. How to hit your macros, right? This is the mindset that you need when it comes to macros, right? You need to stop thinking I need to just eat healthy, right? Yes, you do need to eat healthy. I'm not saying don't eat healthy, but you shouldn't just be focusing on just eating healthy. I know a lot of people who eat healthy, but they're still overweight. You would be healthier if you lost the weight than just focusing on eating healthy and being overweight. I'm gonna tell you that one more time. You would be in better shape and you would be healthier if you focused on just losing the weight, okay, and ate semi-healthy than if you ate healthy all the time, but you were still overweight. Okay? So I'll just always remember that. Okay. Stop worrying about if you should fast. Stop worrying about if you should juice. Stop focusing on the next fad diet. Example, keto. All these diets are just designed to do one thing if your goal is fat loss, to get you in a deficit. That's all these diets are for. That's all they're trying to do. Cut your carbs. If they know if they can cut your carbs, right, and cut you like the majority of carbs that you eat, you will probably be in a deficit because more than 70% of Americans, all they consume is carbs. I had my girl track her food one time for me, right? She blew through her carb intake. I'm like, you see how many carbs you're eating a day? All you eat is carbs. And she was like, oh, well, my protein intake is really low, right? I'm like, yeah. Well, what do I eat for protein? Then I told her, of course. But every person that I know that is out of shape, right, for the most part, right, they eat too many carbs, right? I'm not saying they eat too many carbs, but they eat a lot of carbs and not enough protein, and they blow through their calorie limit. They blow through their calorie intake, and that's not good if you're trying to lose the fat. Okay, so just focus on hitting the calorie intake, protein intake, carb intake that has been set for you. Okay, that by me. If you hit the calorie intake, protein intake, carb intake that I set for you, you will be healthier. You will lose the weight. You will feel more energetic, right? You will be very good. And if you drink a half a gallon of water a day, you'll feel the best that you've ever felt. All right. So if your main goal, right, is to be healthier, like a lot of you guys say, then drink half a gallon of water a day, or get you some Saratoga, all right, and drink that a day. Drink two of those a day, and then face plunge. No, I'm just playing. But just drink the water, and then hit your macros, and you'll feel better, and you'll also look better too. Okay. Let's see. Now, my best students that consistently hit their macros do the following. They consistently ask me questions. They track everything bad or good. They are okay with being bad at tracking their food for the first 1 to 2 months. They obsess over hitting their macros daily and focus on how they can get better at tracking every day. They always track in advance. They always track in advance, right? They always track in advance. Okay. And that's going to go into my next point. Plan in advance. I'm not gonna say who, all right? I'm not gonna say who, but I asked somebody, who's on the team with us, and I say, hey man, like, are you tracking your food as you go, or do you have it planned in advance? Right? And he was like, oh, I track it as I go because it's more accurate. I said, no, 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 no. That's not the way to do it. Okay. Yes, what you're tracking may be accurate. Like that's accurately what you're eating. but you're not accurately hitting your macros. Like you're not accurately hitting your carb, fat, and protein intake. You're not hitting them. You're just accurately inputting what you're eating, right? So what's your goal here? To hit the numbers or just to accurately just track, right? I want you to do both, right? So you should never be tracking as you go, right? They will never be more accurate as you go. I've never had a person in this program, okay, eat on the go, right? And track as they go and consistently hit their macros. Never had it. It will never be a person to do it. It will never be a person to do it. It will never be a person to do it. I promise you. As long as I am going to be a coach, which is going to be probably for the rest of my life, right? Which is a fun thing, right? I will never find anybody who will hit every single macro on point, right? Perfectly if they track on the go, right? And they eat different foods all the time. This is not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, right? Cheat meals should need to be scheduled 2 to 3 days in advance, right? Hey, cut that out. Cut that out. Cheat meals should be scheduled 2 to 3 days in advance. All right, so that you can prepare for it. Okay. You should only look at MyFitnessPal to see what you have to eat for that day to achieve your goal. You should not be looking at MyFitnessPal tracking your food. Your food should be tracked, and you just need to look at it, but okay, this is what I have to eat to hit my goals. All right. We talked about that. Okay. When you track your macros in advance, they decrease decision fatigue, they decrease overwhelm and time by simply tracking the food in advance. You will get better results when things are planned out. Straight up. When things are planned out, done in advance, you will get better results. You will be more efficient. Okay? How to hit your macros daily. Eat similar foods you like all the time. All right? The worst thing you can do is consistently look for variety every single day. This will lead to inaccurate macros, decision fatigue, overwhelm, and consistently trying to find what to eat, inconsistent results. Okay? And then I go on, I go on here and I say pause the video, think of healthier meal options you can eat every single day. Okay? Never eat nasty food you do not like because it's healthy. You will not be able to stick to it. Never force yourself to eat something you do not like. That's why I'm so against like the chicken and rice diet. Unless you're a bodybuilder, right? Unless you're a bodybuilder, you have to do what you have to do. And it's only for a short period amount of time, right? But since I'm a lifestyle, like since I coach people that are just trying to get better for their lifestyle, I mean, look better for their everyday life, you can't stick to chicken and rice every single day. If that's going to be one of your staple meals, so be it. But if you look at chicken and rice and you get disgusted, like you can't eat chicken and rice, right? Then you shouldn't have it, right? And I'm not talking about the chicken and rice that they have at Chipotle. That's not chicken and rice. It is, but they put so much extra seasonings, butter, all that kind of stuff on there that you don't even know about. I'm talking about chicken and rice that you make with 0 calories, with zero calorie seasonings, 0 calorie sauces, all that. That's a whole different vibe than trying to eat some no, I ain't gonna lie. There are some bodybuilders that sauce it up and it actually tastes pretty good. But if that's not what you're accustomed to eating, you're gonna think it's nasty, right? So keep that in mind. How to hit your macros daily. Cook your food and use a food scale. Consistently eating out a lot is the fastest way to have inconsistent results and inconsistently hit your macros. Because the food is full of grease, butter, hidden sauces, and inconsistent serving sizes. Also, there are some areas, there are some specific like restaurants and stuff that you can't even track. Like they don't even have a menu like that you can track. So like you don't even know how to track it, right? So I try to stay away from restaurants and places or food places that cannot be found on MyFitnessPal. Okay, and you guys should too. All right, and now if you can't once, then it's okay, but you shouldn't be consistently going to places that you can't track. That's like, okay, bro, like you're just making it hard for yourself. All right. The only way to truly know how many calories is in the food that you cook or the food that you get at a restaurant, right, is to weigh it up on a food scale. If you're not going to weigh the food up, you're basically giving an estimated guess. That's the only way. That's the only way. You will not know how many calories is in the food that they give you unless you weigh it up. It's the only way you'll know. That's the only way you'll know. Okay. How to guarantee success with your macros. Macro success recap. Always track your food in advance. Never log as you go. Cook 70% of your food. If you cannot cook, get frozen or pre-made meals over fast food. People, some of you guys will throw your hands up, say, "Oh, fast food is, I can't cook. My food is nasty, so I just have to eat fast food." You can go to fucking Meyer and get you some pre-made food, but it has a lot of sodium. You think that the fast food that you're eating at Chick-fil-A doesn't? Like, come on now. Like, am I wrong, fellas? Am I wrong? Give me someone tell me, am I wrong about that? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? So, like, come on now. Like,
Not at all.
yeah, like, come on. Like, we gotta pick our poison, man. Like, if you talking about sodium, and you're concerned about it in the pre-made meals, but you go to Chick-fil-A and just destroy the fucking chicken sandwich and okay, you guys are making me hungry now, so we're not gonna talk about this. But anyway, eat similar meals over and over again. Do not seek variety every day or eat or every other day, right? So like don't always change up your meals. Princeton. Princeton, for the most part, do you eat the same meals all the time?
Every damn day.
Like you can switch it up.
Pretty much. I mean, I might switch it up for the week, but pretty much every day this week gonna be the same thing.
Makes it easier for you, don't it?
Straight up.
Straight up. But let me ask Chris. You pretty much eat the same foods all the time too, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Same stuff in rotation every week,
Same stuff. Like
especially for breakfast.
especially for breakfast. Yeah, breakfast I eat literally the same thing every day. Like I can eat the same thing. Montreal, you eat the same thing every day for the most part, right? Like it's not drastically changing, correct?
Pretty much everything the same unless it's a cheat meal.
Yeah, unless it's a cheat meal. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I mean by like you don't have to eat like the same exact meal, but it has to be the staples of your meal have to be the same. You guys understand what I mean by staple? So it basically means like the protein should stay the same, but maybe you change the carb a little bit, right? Instead of chicken and rice, you do chicken and sweet potatoes or something like that. Something like that. But the protein stays the same. You know what I mean? So the staples of your meals need to be roughly the same. Like you should not be switching people. And I want you guys to notice something, okay? I don't want y'all to think I'm bashing people. I just want you to just really just make observations. Okay? Make observations. Go to people who are on their fitness journey, right? Or people that are not on their fitness journey and they're overweight. Observe how they eat. They probably are constantly looking for variety, constantly trying to find what to eat, right? Constantly eating different things, right? That's why they struggle with nutrition, and that's why they struggle with losing weight, because success favors consistency. Write it down in the comments. Success favors consistency, right? The reason why you guys are able to build muscle and definition, right, and lose fat is because you guys are pretty much doing the same workouts, right, for 4 to 5 weeks, and then I switch it up or I make it more intense over time, right? That's what a good coach does. If you get a plan where it changes every 2 to 3 weeks, you're not going to make any progress because you haven't even sat down and mastered it yet, right? You haven't even sat down and really got the hang of it, right? So that's why you guys need to pretty much eat the same food, right? Weigh your food out with a digital scale and always do that in grams. Success with your macros ultimately comes down to how well you prepare your food in advance, right? Now, and then down here I go into how we do the ChatGPT stuff and everything like that. So overall, like if you struggle to hit your macros, it's blatantly because you're seeking a lot of variety, which is nothing wrong with that, right? But you're probably seeking too much variety. You never plan in advance, right? You never plan in advance, like you're always tracking on the go, right? And yeah, that's pretty much for the most part. That's why you're not hitting them. Because they're not right. It's not rocket science. Now it may be there is a strategic approach when it comes to giving them to you, but it's not a strategic approach when it comes to hitting them. Hitting them is very simple. It's not hard, right? It's either you choose to hit it or not. Somebody were to put a gun to your head today or tomorrow and say, "Hey, yeah, you got to hit these macros." You would hit them perfectly. You would listen to everything I told you about macros and you hit them perfect. You would, hands down, right? But like creating them for you is not that simple because we have a specific goal. But anyway, that's what it comes down to. So, yeah. Any questions, fellas? Because we kind of just went over macros real quick.
Coach,
Uh, my
question.
We got any questions?
So it's no more than one cheat meal per week, right? For the most part, like we shouldn't be programming more than one.
No, you can have as many Gmails as you want, as long as you hit the macros, right? So I don't. Okay, look, a good rule of thumb. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a guideline. All right, you should be having no more than 3 cheat meals a week. Okay, no more. That's the max, right? Because if you're doing over that, then you're probably messing up your macros. But remember, you guys are lifestyle. Right? I want you to turn this into a lifestyle, right? So now I've had clients literally eat a slice of pizza every single night and get ripped. Literally, literally. Guy did it. He made enough. He made enough. Uh, he figured it out. He cracked the code. He figured out a way, right, to save enough calories at the end of the night for himself to enjoy a slice of pizza. And he got ripped, abs and everything. I was like, oh, geez. You could then crack the code. He's like, I know. So like he technically had a cheat meal every single night. I know that me myself, when I was prepping for a bodybuilding show, I was able to have Halo Top ice cream every single night. And I got ripped. Like I got crazy in shape. So it depends on what you define a cheat meal to be too, Devontae, right? So like it also depends on what you think a cheat meal. Like what is a cheat meal to you?
Like so I put together I could send it to you too. Like I put a meal plan together for tomorrow where I could have I'll still hit my macros, but I
Okay.
could have 3 slices of thin sliced pizza.
Oh
Like
yeah,
just
that's cool. Yeah,
oh
that's
okay.
cool. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, you're good. You're good.
But I'm eating the pizza with like a protein shake, so it's like
It's like you
it
still
hit my macros. It all add up.
yeah. Yeah. As long as okay, I don't want to say as long as it hits your macros, you can eat it because you can technically hit your macros and eat McDonald's every day, but you'll feel like shit, right? And I don't want you guys to do that. Okay. Like you should not be eating McDonald's every day. You should not be eating out every day to hit your macros. That you will feel terrible. You will feel terrible. Okay. And you won't perform well in the gym and you won't build the definition that you want. So cook like pre-made meals, make simple meals that are very easy to make. Okay. But other than that, any other questions? That was actually a great question.
Last follow up on that, like so on days like that I'm planning a cheat meal, should I up my steps too on those days? Like and like just to be on like the safe side, you know.
Mm, yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Doing a couple more steps to kind of like yeah, it wouldn't hurt. So yeah. That actually, yeah. I like that, yeah. So any other questions, fellas? Any other questions? All right. I guess I'm doing my job as you guys' coach and pulling it, doing my thing. Right. We got some new clients coming into the program, doing their thing. They're gonna be starting up next week, a couple new clients. So they will be in the group. Make sure that you guys give them a big
Yes, sir. That's one of them is me. My name's Abid.
man, yes,
I'm joining
Abid.
next Monday.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
met George at Edge Fitness. So we go to the same gym. So I guess it was an
Yeah.
easy, easy call.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So he get to
But
see
yeah, hearing all this stuff about like your meal planning and all that, bro, like I'm gonna have to do a lot of work because I just eat. I'm one of those guys who don't really plan my meals. I just eat whatever. I try to like make good choices, but I just kind of eat whatever's in front of me, whatever my family cooks. But I'm gonna have to make some lifestyle changes for sure to be part of this program.
man. Well, not just to be a part of the program, but to reach your goals, to like, live a healthier lifestyle for you, right? So,
Yeah, I mean to
but
follow. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, but don't worry, bro. Like I'm gonna work with you on it, right? So, I'm gonna give you your macros. I'm actually gonna give you your macros probably today, and I'm gonna send you the video, right? On like, cause I did a whole in-depth video that I just talked about, right? For you guys, I did a whole in-depth video,
Yeah.
right? And I'm gonna send it to you. And I'm not gonna lie, that video, who watched that video that I sent? Did any of you guys watch the whole thing all the way through? Some of you are already good with macros, so you didn't actually need to watch it. Like I know Montreal didn't really need to watch it. Um, I watched. Okay, cool. See, that is someone who that's the only video that you really need to watch, right? Like it's I'm not gonna lie, it's an hour long. But the reason why it's an hour long is because it has everything that you need. Everything. You guys can save that video. If you guys save that video in your notes and keep that for the rest of your like fitness journey, you'll never be out of shape ever again. You'll never be out of shape ever again. That one video will make life easier for you. That one video, right? It's an hour long, right? But I also do tell you to like pause the video and stuff like that in there, right? Take a little pee break, take a, whatever. But like, if you guys haven't watched it and macros is a struggle for you right now, or you don't know anything about macros, right? That is something that you need to watch, right? At first, when I made an hour, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't make it an hour, right? Maybe I shouldn't make it an hour because if I make it an hour, they ain't gonna watch it. But I was like, wait, no, hell no. Because I know all of them watching Netflix. I know all of them watching Netflix for an hour. If they can watch Netflix for an hour, that's all entertainment. They can watch some education for an hour, right? That's going to actually get them the results they want, right? So I made it an hour, right? Um, I did try to cut down the videos a little bit, right? All right, man. All right, bro. Do your thing. Do your thing. But yeah, I tried to make it as shorter. And like I tried to make it short, try to cut out some fluff, but it's just a lot of information that you guys have to know, like have to know in that video. Okay. So but yeah. So but other than that, I don't have anything else for you guys today. You guys didn't seem like you had a lot of questions, so it means that you guys must be fucking winning, right? Let's see, Dame is in here. So let's see what he says. Let's see what he says, man. Dame, what's up, bro? What's up? You late to the party? Late to the party.
Man, I know, bro. I'm still at work, man. I'm over here running around right
Man,
now.
still came in. Bro, look, it's crazy because bro, like you lost 20 pounds. Your face looks slimmer, I can tell.
Yeah, bro. I feel good, man. I've been running. I've been running like daggone heart rate 150, 9 minute pace. Boy, I'm getting back right.
Bro, okay, y'all need to understand. This is how I knew, like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is why I like having people in my program that are serious about fitness and like really want to push themselves and like actually like to work out. Montreal and Dame, and also Princeton too. And then Devontae too, because I'm like, damn, like he does do a lot too. But mostly Montreal and Dame, right? And Princeton come in third because Princeton is, to get that many steps at that weight is impressive. But Dame and Montreal specifically, Dame injured his hamstring, and I told him like, I'm like, man, I don't know if you should do all that walking on that hamstring, bro. Like, we can't force another injury, bro. Like, if you want to just get on the bike, then that works too. He's like, no. He's like, no, coach. Like, I gotta get the 16,000. I gotta get it. I'm like, I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he has not missed that 16,000 since I gave it to him. And he got
Nope.
injured. Because I'm thinking, like, if I would have injured my hamstring, I would have probably just been on the bike for an hour, right? To, you know, rehab my hamstring and stuff. But he's like, nope, I'm still get these steps in. That's impressive. And then, you know, Montreal, he got 20,000 steps by
Man,
8.
that boy be at 20,000 before 8 o'clock in the morning.
Bro, like, what?
I'll be like, hey, Montreal, stop putting your stuff on your dog, bro. Put your dog, bro. I wish it was that easy.
Like at first I'm like, how the hell is he like, bro? Like, I'm really sitting here like thinking, like, how the hell is he doing that?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I be jealous of some of y'all steps because a lot of people be walking and I be running. So I look at the miles and it'd be like 8 miles, 23,000. I'm like, I look at my shit be like 13 miles, 10,000 steps. I'm like, bro, how, bro? But it's all good. I'm gonna keep going until I hit the steps. I don't care about the miles no more.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Like if you was all right, Devontae, I'm gonna text you about us meeting up tomorrow. I'm gonna text you about that, okay? Because I do know that that edge. Well, I'll text you, okay? Also, Chris, can you come tomorrow too? Like, can you come tomorrow too, Chris? As far as our meetup?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch the next one, man. I already had a loaded Saturday, so definitely the next one I'll be there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just let me know. Just let me know.
Okay.
But yeah, Dame. Like
Well, one question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so about the step stuff, I mean, I've been tracking using like an Inspire 3. I don't know if any of y'all have been using Inspire 3 as your Fitbit, but it seems like my step goal is really easy. Like I get to like 8,000 within like a couple of hours. I don't know if there's something wrong with my Inspire or anything like that, but it feels like it's tracking more than I'm actually doing. So I don't know if there's any sort of calibration or something I'm supposed to do in the beginning, but maybe it's like tracking more than I'm actually doing. I don't know.
Do you have a active job? Like you walk a lot?
No, I'm sitting at a desk most of the day. Most of my walking gets in when I go to the bathroom or walk around to get water or whatever. So
I don't know. Yeah, because
I don't know.
I don't know
I
much
usually get
about.
I play basketball. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you play basketball, bro, you
Oh, you definitely gonna get you about 4-5 miles just from that alone. So that's definitely
you're gonna, bro. You're gonna get hella steps. I remember when I was playing basketball. I played basketball for an hour, right? I had 10,000 steps. I had 1,000 steps when I started playing. Played for 1 hour, had 10,000. I'm like, oh shit.
So I like refereeing a lot because refereeing I get about fucking 23,000 steps from refereeing.
Yeah, so if you play basketball, bro, they're like if you play basketball, I don't know if you play every day, but if you play every day, you're gonna definitely hit your step count very easily. But if you're hitting your step count, I don't think that, like, remember, fellas, like these apps, even the Apple Watch, right? They're accurate, right? But they're not 100% accurate, right? They're an estimation, right? So we're gonna have to just go off of what your Fitbit says. Usually Fitbits are, from my understanding, usually pretty accurate, right? They're not 100%, but they're pretty accurate with the step count. So just make sure just do it over here. But yeah, so just keep on going, bro, with it. For sure. Like did you connect the Fitbit to the training app yet?
Yeah, I connected the Fitbit to the Fitbit app, MyFitnessPal, and then MyFitnessPal is connected to Be Different. I'm not sure if it's recording on Be Different. If you can see it,
you gonna have to connect it to the Be Different app for sure. Yeah, you're gonna have to connect.
Okay, yeah, maybe we can work through that offline or something because
I'm
not sure if you can see everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I can go check it. Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, you know what's crazy, bro? This whole time I had been doing all the workout. My stuff never was connected to my Fitness Pal. So you know how I can show you a calories that you burnt? My stuff be like 28 and 30. I'm like, bro, there's no way I didn't burn like 4,000 calories. Some dude at the gym showed me like 2 weeks ago. I was like, bro, I've been messing on all this stuff. You know how we be like eating and stuff. I'm like, man, you know how low key. Coach said I only got 2,000, but you know, we said I got 3,500. But you know, I ain't gonna never go over there. I'm still gonna give my 2,000. But like, it be appealing sometimes. Give me a little motivation here and there.
I finished Shopify from
Man, I love when Dame come in, man, and he be having some great energy, bro. I'm telling you, great energy, bro. And then it's crazy. Oh, okay. So Dame, tell him real quick, bro. Because some of my clients, right, they like Princeton is down 40 pounds in 3 months or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was telling him, I'm like, bro, like when you're doing this on your own, like I'm like, when you're in this program right now, like really cherish these results. Like I know you're seeing all these people in here like making great results, like, and it's like nothing, right? But there's people out there struggling. Like just tell them the difference between when you were doing this on your own.
Oh yeah.
And when you in the community and you getting help and you getting a plan. Like Dame hit me up like bro, he's like, bro, straight up, I don't want to think. I was like,
Yeah.
he was like, I don't want to think. And then I was like, okay, man.
So I started off with Coach George like what almost 3 years ago, and I had dropped like 28 pounds at that time. And I thought like, man, you know, I learned everything. I got this drunk in the bag, had my soldiers and stuff. We was out here getting it and grinding. Then I got to being at the moment where I'm like, man, I'm tired of making these workouts every day. I don't want to think, man. I'm tired of trying to figure out how many calories I need to be putting into my body and stuff. So like it kind of just basically, I went back to square one. So I got up and I looked at myself in December. I was like 261. I was like, I ain't never been no 260 nothing. And now I'm down to 230 pounds now. But it's all like I was telling them, like, I don't want to think at all. I want to be able to wake up. I already got my meals and stuff already prepped out, put it in my app and just execute, man. And like 31 pounds now in 9 weeks. You know, so the results speak for themselves. Like I ain't no rooter poop person even when I'm working out. Like I'm in the army and shit like that. I work out every day. Like it ain't just because I'm in the army, it's because I love fitness. But it wasn't the same with not having somebody that's actually doing it for you.
Man, I try to tell them that, bro. I'm literally like, man, when you have someone doing it for you that has been helping people. Like I helped Dame lose the first 20 something pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Taught him so much. He was like, yeah, I go do this on my own. Right. Like I don't hold back on the game. Like I'm like, yeah, I'll give you guys the game. Right. I'll give you the game. Right. Because I know that the biggest thing is like the convenience. Right. Convenience. Of like
That's what we pay for in the world. We pay for convenience in the world. That's why we got Uber Eats and
exactly.
Walmart delivery.
Exactly. Like why? Like I'm like, why do you think DoorDash and Uber and all this stuff making all this money when you could just still making all this money when you could just easily just go to the grocery store, get the food, pick it up yourself, and cook it? And it probably will be better if you cooked it too, right? Than if you were to get it from like McDonald's or some shit, right? Why we still do it? Convenience, right? Convenience. I have all the stuff done for you already. All you gotta do is execute. Like that's how I like my shit. Like I work best when my coach makes it because I'm a fitness coach and I make my own plans sometimes. But when I got the best results that I've ever gotten when I had someone else make my plan. Why? Because sometimes when you make a plan for yourself, you shy away from doing the things that you know you're supposed to be doing. You're like, oh, I don't really need to do that. Right. So your coach is gonna make you do stuff that you know that you should be doing. But yeah, man, it's great to see you guys. You know, it's great to see you guys every day, right? Like every Friday, I look forward to this call, man. Like it's really a great call. I have some of my my business students in here. You guys, because I'm training them too. You guys, this is how we just, you know, this is how you run a call, right? So hold on, let me just take this in this recording real quick.